Today on CJ Off-Road, we're going to show you an easy way to carry a 35-inch tire on your JL Wrangler. If you're looking to carry a 35-inch tire on the back end of your JL Wrangler, then today we're going to be installing this rough country oversized spare tire relocation bracket onto our 2018 Jeep Wrangler JL. This oversized spare tire bracket features a durable steel construction with a gloss black powder coat. It's going to allow you to fit up to a 35-inch tire onto the back of your JL Wrangler. It does so by picking the tire up and spacing it outwards, giving you enough clearance on the bumper below. It includes all the necessary hardware, so with that being said, let's get it installed. Tools you need for this installation: 3/8-inch ratchet, small extension, T25 Torx bit, T40 Torx bit, and a 1/2-inch deep socket. As you can see, we do have our spare tire removed. In order to do so, use a 22mm socket for the lug nuts, and then a T40 Torx bit to get this lock pulled off on the camera. Then you can pull your spare tire off, and that's where we're going to get started. The first step is going to be to remove these 7 T25 Torx bits around the perimeter of this third brake light bracket. We're going to relocate the wiring a little bit to make it a little bit looser. Let's get started. Pull the back part of the housing out. It's going to go towards the Jeep. Pull it over towards you, and then what you're actually going to do is reroute this by just pulling up and letting it hang, and you can see it gives you a few more inches of clearance. Set it down there just like that. Put it back into place. Put the bracket back into its original place, and then we're going to go around and put all the screws back in. These two longer bolts are going to go in these two bottom holes. And then the rest of the 5 holes will get the smaller screws. After you have this top third brake light buttoned up, we're going to move on to the tire carrier portion. This is going to use a 1/2-inch socket, go around the perimeter and loosen up all 8 of the bolts, and we'll pull it out towards us. After all 8 of them are removed, you can pop it off. Let it hang up here gently. There's not too much pressure on these wires while we get this cleaned up and put the new rough country bracket on. Go ahead and grab the new rough country bracket, set it back into place, and you're going to use the factory hardware. I like to get these top 2 started, that way they hold it and I can get the rest of them. Place the other 6 back into the holes. You're going to have 2 up here and then 4 right down below. Yep. Tighten all 4 of the lower bolts first, and then you can tighten all 4 of the top bolts down. Place the old tire carrier up onto the new locations onto the bracket. Grab your grade 8 hardware with a lock washer and washer and go into the studs. Same principle as before. I like to do the top 2, just have it holding up there. That way I don't have to hold it the entire time. After you have 2 snugged up, go around and put the rest in. After you have all 8 started, go ahead and tighten them up with a 1/2-inch socket once again. After you have them snugged up with the impact, I'm going to go around with the ratchet and make sure they're all completely tight. One issue with running a 35-inch tire on the JL is this third brake light. The nice thing is you can actually raise it up by pulling these 2 bolts out and replacing this lower bolt into the top one. I'll show you how to do it. It's going to use a T25 Torx bit, the same as the other ones that went around the top here. After you have the 2 T25 Torx screws out, raise up the third brake light, then we'll show you what to do here. As you can see, you won't be able to install both screws back in. However, you can put one down here, which will give you enough strength to hold it up there and illuminate over your spare tire. The last step is to install your 35-inch tire onto the spare tire carrier. After the lug nuts are tightened up, slide the lock back on. Use your T40 Torx bit, Place it over the lock setting and your installation is complete. Well, that wraps up the installation of the Rough Country Oversized Spare Tire Relocation Bracket onto our brand new 2018 JL. Now this is an absolute necessity if you're running 35-inch tires on your Jeep. They won't clear the factory stock bumper with that factory tire carrier. This is a super simple installation, took about an hour, and you only need basic hand tools. Now you can find it right here as well as many other great parts for your JL at cjponyparts.com.